Liverpool have talked about the process and how they select their transfers differently.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of years there where it was like, how much longer can you not invest or not invest in the way other people are and carry on keeping pace with Man City? And if we're to look at last season compared to this season, just to put it into context, they had 2 defeats all last season and conceded 26 goals. This year, we're at 20 games in, so a little over halfway. They've already lost 7 and conceded 28.
Wow.
So they've conceded more already.
Yeah.
And we're just over halfway. And they lost 3-0 to Wolves, and their last 7 games, they've won 1, drawn 2, 4 defeats. And it just, I'm not saying that I've seen this coming, but the decline has been in the post for a couple of years now, and I don't think anyone's surprised that they're struggling. But I think Jurgen Klopp, I mean, I don't know if you remember this, but after the Newcastle game when we lost to them in the 99th minute or whatever, the way he behaved in that, I thought, you're feeling different as a manager this season. And I felt like the desperation was almost seeping out of him, like as if he felt that this was on its way as well. And
do you know what? I would say everyone is looking for Liverpool to have that Borussia Dortmund collapse because we've seen it before, the burnout. But I was guilty thinking that back in the COVID years when they lost 6 home games in a row, conceded 7 goals at Villa Park. I thought if this Liverpool Klopp regime was going to collapse, it would have collapsed then. But they came back again and nearly won the quadruple last season. No. So don't write Liverpool
do you not
off.
think, though, the end of last season, lads?
Even now?
No. But at the end of last season, they did enough to win those games, but they didn't dominate in the way that we've seen them dominate in the past. And if there's one reason other than some of the terror, they're still playing Naby Keita, for fuck's sake. Oxlade-Chamberlain's still getting the game here and there.
Didn't he play up front at some point? I saw him up front.
If there's one reason for me that this is all happening, it's they've left the philosophy of breathing down your throat football, where they're constantly on top of you and up in your face. That you get so much time against Liverpool now. You can literally, it's Newcastle and arguably a couple of other teams who are like that now. Like, Klopp's philosophy is gone.
Yeah, but it's not because of Klopp. It's because of FSG, and they haven't reinvested in the squad. I mean, they brought in Gakpo, Nunes.
That's not true.
In midfield, they haven't.
I think there's both. I think it's a bit of both. Is what I'm saying is when I'm watching teams play against Liverpool, trying hard isn't what I'm saying from that Liverpool. And there's still a lot of good players in that side against Wolves, and you're letting them, when you watch that final goal and the way he was it Neves runs through the midfield, and the Liverpool players are just trotting, and he is busting a gut for that third goal.
Some of those players are burnt out. I mean, Andy Robertson, God love him, he probably can't even go up the stairs without getting a fucking stitch now. He's being worn out for the press.
He's an athlete.
6 or 7 years.
It's just a lot simpler than that. It's a very arrogant manager and a very arrogant ownership who have not invested in the obvious places. They spent money. I really hate this narrative that Liverpool haven't spent money. They generated an absurd amount of money, and then they've reinvested it all, and they've still spent money. Buying Gakpo was, again, it's just like arrogance. Why are you buying another forward? Why? You have 5. Why are you buying another one? And the one that you've bought is not actually an improvement on the ones that you already have.
They do have mad injuries in that area, though.
No, but it doesn't matter. The whole point is your whole midfield. Every time Milner starts, a child just cries. It's like, why is this happening?
He was my favourite player in 2007, all right?
I don't care. Why is this happening? He started playing when I was in school.
Yeah.
When I was in school, we used to debate James Milner as being the next wonder kid.
Can we not?
I am now a fully grown man with responsibilities and mortgages. He should not be playing for Liverpool.
Don't be slagging Milner. Give him credit that he's been playing week in, week out.
Is he your uncle?
Since he's been playing week in, week out in the Premier League since 2002. I was a child. I was a little boy, but fucking hell, give him respect.
I also think they've abandoned, like you said, they used to be full of energy. They're used to press from midfield. Yeah. Now they're playing almost like trying to play like Man City, where they've got these ball playing centre midfielders. They've got Thiago, Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones is somewhere in their ranks. They need to go.
Oh, crossbar.
Going back to Liverpool midfield, right? We can't let them off with this because it's such a soft touch now.
It is.
They're not heavy metal football. It's a million miles over that.
Wide.
I looked at them yesterday. The defence lacked leadership without Van Dijk, but even Van Dijk obviously isn't the player he was after that injury. The midfield was toothless. And up front, they're missing chances left, right and centre, and everyone can blame Nunes all they want. Mo Salah looks a shadow of where he was a year ago.
That contract was ridiculous, really. I mean, it was the same this time last year, wasn't it? After the African Nations Cup, he was sort of burnt out toast, really, wasn't he? He was just, given a £500,000 £5 a week deal in the summer.
Is that how much he's getting?
Do you know what
or
really
close to that
upsets
anyway.
me? What upsets me is that no one lays the blame at Klopp's door. Everyone just thinks he's
Well,
absolutely...
Klopp himself said we don't need midfield reinforcement, so he definitely does deserve blame.
He did say
like,
that.
Gini Wijnaldum, when you look back at it, letting him go and not replacing that high energy, the person who knits everything together. And if you look at, for example, Bruno Guimaraes, who went to Newcastle, who clearly would have preferred to go to Liverpool because they, at the time, were killing it, like, he would have been the perfect guy.
Yeah.
They haven't got that box-to-box energy.
Klopp might be saying they don't need him. He doesn't believe it, Brian. He doesn't believe it. He's employed by FSG. He's trying to build up the likes of Harvey Elliott, Fabio Carvalho.
No, but he needs to be put under pressure.
No one's making him say that, though. Are they?
No one.
He's trying to build up their confidence, saying, no, we don't. Why would we need? Because he's getting questions saying, why don't you go out there and get him a field? He's trying to build up his young players, is he not? Like,
I just want pressure on Klopp. I know it sounds really petty.
You
yeah,
sound
but
like you hate
I do think he's had an easy ride, though.
He's had an easy ride. How have you make so many mistakes on a squad level, on a team level, and have this management of players? Like, why on earth isn't your team full of players overfed?
Bro, the funniest bit was,
Why?
was the solution back, like a few months ago was Bellingham. Imagine Bellingham now picking the phone up. He's like, sorry, wrong number, mate. I'll see you later. There's no way in hell Bellingham goes to Liverpool with the stay at their club.
Why not? Why not? He could be the rebuild, the team, the player to rebuild around.
Do not do what Pogba did. You're not here to save anyone.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like,
They're not. Whoa,
Pogba turned up to save Man United and turned. No,
they're not that far off. They're not that. No. Right now, in terms of performance and form, they are. But in terms of the personnel and what actually where the club is, they're not that far off.
Bro,
Not like Man United. Man United were in disarray.
No, but the reason why
they're
Liverpool-
mid-table, mate.
Yeah,
but they look. Sorry to cut you off. Moyes was at Man United. They were in disarray. Jose comes in. He gets Pogba. It's different.
I'm talking about the team right now that I'm saying.
Yeah.
They do not look. I mean, they've just been comfortably beaten by Wolves. They're conceding.
They got loads of injuries as well. They have got injuries as well, though. Diaz isn't there. Van Dijk, the best centre half in the world, is not there. They're still missing players. Trent's off form. Andy Robertson's not playing bad. They're not. They got injuries.
But he is.
Only the last 2-3 games, though. Not all season.
So what's
years,
the solution, Brian? Is Klopp going to get the sack? Who are you going to get in? I mean, we've already Tommy Tuchel. Like, what's the alternative?
I'm not having this. This is the team that almost did the quadruple last year. Let's be clear. There were 2 games. No, but there were 2 games away from doing it. Yeah. We have to. I know they didn't do it, but we have to give them their respect.
They will come.
They almost did something that has never really been done. Right.
This is what I'm saying about 1, turnover, and 2, the arrogance, because it's just so basically.
I just think they're burnt out from it.
But also understand that in the pressure of not having proper midfielders, you're burning out your actual stars. So people like VVD, who should be like coasting a bit more now and playing a leadership role, is having to get down and dirty because he doesn't have the coverage. You're ruining Trent, you're ruining Robertson, you're just devaluing all your stars. Like, there's no way that.
And you're saying this is on Klopp's head.
I think that this reminds me a bit.
The man that's delivered them all these trophies.
No, this reminds me a little bit of Manchester United's last season with Sir Alex Ferguson, when everyone couldn't work out. They won the title last year. Why are they so terrible this year? And it's like, you needed to be building for the future for the last 2 years.
Yep.
You've got an aging midfield. How the hell is Jordan Henderson still there, let alone James Milner? It's not that I don't rate Henderson. For his age, he's decent, but he should not be the go-to guy, let alone Oxlade-Chamberlain.
You can only have one of them. You can't have both of Milner and Henderson in your team. You're offending.
You've got Curtis
Can
Jones,
I just say, though,
never going to
Henderson
do
is hard
it.
to replace, That's another thing. He's hard to replace, Henderson.
Henderson's
what he did for Liverpool these last 5 years.
Mr. fucking Liverpool.
How do you find that? Like, that passion, that energy, that drive, that
But look
it's
at what
hard
they signed
to find
him for,
that.
what, 10 million from Sunderland or something? It wasn't like they broke the bank for him.
Got their value out of it, man.
Yeah, but who out there could do what he's doing for Liverpool, what's done for Liverpool the last 5 years, right now, and commentate?
And that's why they're looking at Bellingham. But the point I'm making is, why would Bellingham go to Liverpool in this state
Over
that
Man
they're
City.
in? When you've got Man City who are flying, when you've got other clubs coming to the party, like Chelsea who are spending a fuck ton of money. Newcastle might be able to break the bank for him.
Real Madrid, even.
Of course,
I mean, who's going to? But yeah, Marv.
The history.
What would you do with Klopp then? Like, you seem to be making noises that he's the wrong man for the job. Like,
it's a tough one because there isn't really a direct replacement for him. But I do think that he's made lots of errors, and I think he needs more people around him. He should be making less decisions from a football perspective. He needs to be focusing on that team.
From what I understand, there was a change made in recruitment when Klopp took the lead on recruitment. And
it's clearly not working. I want it to be competitive. I love it when there's a really good.
Yeah, but we can't be talking about Klopp getting sacked. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he deserves the blame. Which
maybe he should go.
And I know he's got cash in the bank with the fans and all of that, but he should be held accountable, and it feels like a lot of the attitude earlier in this season's rubbed me up the wrong way. Like the Newcastle game, obviously I'm going to feel.
He always does that though. I've noticed he always does that.
But he's everyone's happy and nice when they're winning every fucking game.
Yeah.
But I think he's showing himself up a little bit at times this season where he's made a lot of excuses, and now we're half a season in. And we're going, you're actually shite this season, bro. And it's like, where's your excuses? And now he's like, I don't even, like, he looks a bit like, I don't even know.